Hey Planet Besties, welcome back. I am finally getting around to recording my home planner video. Super excited about it. It's going to be very interesting because it's all of the things in here relating to I call it a home planner, but it's more like my personal planner because I really, I always kind of said in the beginning that my life is not really that chaotic to have a whole classic size planner. So I've dabbled in a HP mini catch-all for a home planner. I've tried a Hobonichi weeks on the go. I've tried digital planning. I've tried a lot, and I feel like what is gonna work for me, or what's been working for me for the past 2 months, is having this classic size shop my stash. I'm not really getting new items unless cloth and paper. I don't like the sizing for the mini. I'll switch it to the classic and it'll go into this planner. So yeah, I am calling it a home planner, but again, we're gonna touch on my goals. We're gonna touch on like things that mostly relate to me, not necessarily like home, other people. I also think that even if your life is a little bit more busier, you can take away a lot of things that I'm showing in this planner. So let's just get into it. This is the clear vinyl cover from Cloth and Paper. Had this for a good bit. I've been saying that in my social media planner, I don't have a back cover for the classic because this is where it currently is. So I'm gonna need another cover to go in my social media planner. Okay, so Infinite Lotus, when I was subscribed, we got these beautiful dashboards, so I still have it. A lot of these inserts are either Infinite Lotus or Jane's Agenda, because those were the subscription boxes that I got a classic size for. So you guys, yearly overview, we got this insert from Infinite Lotus. I decided to use this to track things across the top that I want to track for the year. And one thing that I said to myself is that I'm not going to overwhelm myself. So you see that I have appointments, birthdays, events, and plans, right? But for me to really sit here and start listing everybody, I just didn't feel like doing it. So as the months come along, that's when I will go and I'll start filling it in. So I think this will be really helpful to see my year at a glance. Another thing I want to mention is when I said I tried digital planning, I tried like GoodNotes, digital stickers, and those things, but all my life, from as far as I can remember, well, let me not say all my life, right? Let me say from when I really started working, going to school, things like that, I've been a Google Calendar kind of girl, and I'll insert what my Google Calendar looks like. My Google Calendar and my Apple Notes is where I really plan my life. That's where my appointments are, my bills, my paycheck dates, things that I got to get done, things that I got to remember. It lives there. So all this planner really is just getting those ideas out on paper and helping me, plan, doing a little analog planning to really help things stick. Okay, so my ecosystem actually includes a digital Google Calendar. All right, y'all. So going along, I also am tracking Afterpay payments. So I'm gonna start putting, I don't know if I wanted to put it at the top or just leave it. I'm fine with how it is right now. So again, this goes into finances, a really personal planner to me. So I'm gonna show what I'm comfortable with showing, not really every single detail in my life. So I did do some payments. This is Amazon here. Around like Christmas kind of vibes, around my birthday. December is always a crazy month. So I did some Affirm payments. I made a huge purchase and it actually ends in December. So it doesn't go into 2027, y'all. So this ends in December. I have some Affirm payments and I just want to track that, right? I don't want to be filling up my cards because I can. I want to track that, make sure I'm not really adding anything. So you see January, I have payments that I already paid off. And then the next section is YouTube and Amazon Associates. So my YouTube page is monetized, so I do get some monies from YouTube. Amazon Associates, not really so much, y'all. But I do want to track at the end of the month where I ended up with that. So the same thing here, I'm actually tracking my followers because I have a thing where I'm like, okay, maybe as the followers grow, maybe the revenue grows. So I'm also tracking that here. And there is a page here that I hid because I am paying off credit card debt. So the same format that I followed here, y'all, like let's say you have a Discover card, right? Because that's one of my cards. I track the same thing. I'm going to track what my balance is, and what the minimum payment is. I don't pay the minimum. I pay a good amount over the minimum, but I just want to make sure that because I'm doing that, making sure the balances still go down month to month to month to month. So those are all the things that I track in this yearly section, and we have a bunch of other pages, so not sure what I'm gonna fill the rest in with. If you guys have any ideas, definitely let me know. This is my adulting everything. Like, I have gift cards in here that I put to the forefront, so I make sure that I use. I have my W-2s in here. I got a flu shot, so I gotta make sure I scan that and send that over to my job. Everything in here. I had a check in here at one time that I needed to make sure I deposited, and I kept it in here until it cleared. Like, yeah, this is my grown-up folder right here. I love that. I love that it's like at the forefront, so I'm not all over the place. And then we go into this month. One thing too I want to mention is that this is my most functional planner ever. Like, I can't see myself being decorative in here. I did try. I ended up getting rid of those inserts because it just looked a mess. I really just need to functionally plan out my life. That's why Google Calendar works so much for me, because it looks crazy. It might look crazy to some people, but it really just, I just need simple. What do I have to do? What's overlapping? That's it. So this was December. You know, everything kind of stays the same. All I track, what I started to track here is like my hair wash days, my facials that I do. But I started calling that like my weekly routine. You'll see that a little bit after. So that's really all I'm going to track down here. I don't really need to track it because I'm pretty much consistent with it. But since I have a habit tracker, I'm just going to put that here. And then, yeah, I just literally list days. Like if I'm off from work, if I'm going somewhere, any birthdays. I like to list paydays. I don't put my bills because that is on my Google Calendar. I'm going to get reminders when my bill is due. So there's no need for me to rewrite that, y'all. So on the back section, again, I'm shopping my stash. So I'm using what I have. This Jane's Agenda insert has like goals, previous month actual. I don't need all of that. All I need is a task list of things that I have to do for the month. So I do like this section. I will list those things and then I'll put like little details here. Y'all, I really like this system. So this is February. This is how February is looking for me so far. And then those are all the same inserts. And then going into this week, the first thing that I have, oh no, we're not even in this week yet. This is just a divider that divides the next section of this month. So these are just like purchases that I'm expecting for the month. I have this kind of same thing in my social media planner, but it's called subscription tracker, where I just want to make sure that I have in my brain the packages on their way. So then this week, I put this dashboard from Crafted Designs Co. that I had from last year. And again, this is a Jane's Agenda layout. I just like to brain dump the week, what's going on. Mostly like paydays, when I could do like admin tasks, you know, phone calls I have to make. I have packages come in, days I'm at home, days I'm not at home, things like that. It also helps me see deadlines, like file USPS claim. I had it on this date because with like USPS claims, you have to do it like not too late but not too early. So I have like deadlines here. So yeah, those things just repeat. You can see Friday the 23rd, I had like a little thing that says 7:45 telehealth call. So I just literally list the things that I have going on. The 7th, plan to have a dinner with family. And yeah, so those are the inserts for the week. And then we get into today. So these dividers are not shopping my stash. I actually purchased these around the end of December from Cloth and Paper. This dashboard I got in the Cloth and Paper January sub box, and I just changed out the card to match with the red vibes. And then continuing along, this is a brain dump, y'all. Okay, so this looks very scattered. I know. I was thinking that I want to do inserts that has like an ongoing to-do list, or maybe even like a task batching. So all I do here is a brain dump of things that I have to do for that day. And I also had a freebies planner that I made where I was kind of doing the same thing, All sometimes I really need for the day is literally all I need is a notepad and a checklist of what I have to do for the day. So this is kind of like that for me, and you'll see the same things over and over and over again for every day. I know that this won't work for some people because they have to compartmentalize things, but this has been working for me. And then I have another section which goes into the day. I don't use this a lot, but like if I'm home the whole day, maybe like a Saturday, Sunday, I do like to use this to break up my days. So I would definitely time block, be like, okay, I'm gonna record the video, wash my hair, go outside, and then I have the to-do list. Sorry y'all, there was a plane. So yeah, once in a blue moon I will do this if I have a free day and I have a lot of things that I want to tackle for the day, but not all of the time. So you see I'm very much pen and highlighter in this planner. And last but not least, y'all, is the goals section, which I'm very excited about. We got these goal inserts in a Jane's agenda sub box, and I really took my time to fill it out. Again, very personal, more related to me, and I haven't really looked at life or my life this way to really come up with goals. Like, I'll have it in my head, but this really breaks it down. So it's basically like a life audit. I know there's other companies that do things like this. I think Daily Grind Planner really gets into it when it comes to things like this. So I kind of rated myself where I feel like I am in life. So I think that things that I have to improve on are relationships and community, definitely finances, and home and organization, kind of. So those were my 3 lowest scores, right? And it kind of tells you like what is it that you want to work on. And for me, mine deals with family connection, friendships and social life, finances, paying off debt, increasing income, and home and organization, home projects, or decluttering. So those are things that I'm really focusing on for this year, and it really goes into depth, right? So I'll use finances for an example. Area 1, how do I feel about this area right now? And I'm like, I am feeling optimistic, right? I am cutting out the sub boxes, cutting out all the Uber Eats. I'm eating more at home. I signed up for like plans at my job that will help me save money when it comes to transit. What needs attention? Just ensure that I'm not spending too much outside of planned expenses, which for me, that usually shows up with stationery. But I'm like, I budget myself. So I'm like, okay, I have money left over, but just because I have this money left over doesn't mean I'm spending all the money on that. And then how would improvement here impact my life? Making sure I have a savings fund, right? If I can do all the things, save my money, cut out expenses, then I can have a savings fund, which is important to me. You know, I have goals, financial goals, what progress in the area looks like, just saving a certain amount by a certain date, my debt payments going down, just things like that. Like, it really helps you break down goal setting, right? And what actions or projects could you initiate that will move you forward, that will move toward your vision of perfect in the area. A lot of financial things that I'm doing, and I have a video that I want to make of a financial planner that I made. So definitely start investments, the high yield savings account, contribute more money to my debt, higher income, maybe at work, I don't know, because I don't feel like job hopping right now. Higher income with the stationery page, so that's this page, right? Because honestly, with creating content, not for everyone, but I know the way that I am, I pay for certain things. I pay for Canva, I pay for Epidemic Sound, which is music, even ChatGPT, I use that sometimes, subscription boxes. Like, there's expenses when it comes to me anyway, when it comes to content planning. So if I'm able to make more from YouTube, it can cover those expenses, so it's not covering from my paycheck. So the next section, right, what is your goal for this area? My goal is to be financially free with investments. Why does this matter? To ensure work is optional in the future. So then what is your actual goal, right? To ensure I can choose to work by being financially free. So when you follow the instructions, she gives you instructions, she helps you break it down, she gives you an example of how you can do that, and then you come up to your goal. So with all of that, I just use finance as an example, but I do have the same things for relationships, community and home organization. I know it's a lot. So the last section is actually, oh, before I get to that, right, she does have inserts here that helps you break down your goals. So you have the main goal, right, to ensure that I can choose to work by being financially free. So let's say I place that up there, projects that can make progress towards my goal, right? So let's say high yield savings account, brokerage account, the Roth IRA, the 401k, right? So we can list all of those as projects that I can work on to make progress towards my goal. And I know these things in my head. So this is not, oh, brand new idea. Like, I know it in my head, but to sit and write it out really helps you break down your goals. And I love that. So these inserts that I skipped over is from Cloth and Paper. Also came in the January sub box, and I have it here because, again, I just want this planner to be neutral, clean, sleek, and I like this format instead of the Jane's Agenda. So I actually am probably going to take this out once I fill this in, which I haven't done yet. And yeah, that will be the goal section of my planner. So that is it for me for my home planner. I'm super excited about this. I feel like this is actually going to be a system that sticks because I went through so much things trying to organize my home life in terms of planners. But yeah, I think this will work for me. I will come back next month for my Q2 planner lineup, give you guys an update on how this is going. I won't show it this planner that much except maybe the quarterly refreshes or lineup videos because it's simple. I'm not going to do refresh videos. Like, it takes me 2 minutes to refresh this planner. So yeah, this is a part of my ecosystem now. Let me know what you guys think. Again, this was like a more personal video for me, but I wanted to do it because I feel like it would be really, really helpful. Definitely let me know if you took anything away from this. If you have any questions, I would love to chat down below. So let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.